My mother shared stories with me from when I was a baby. She shared these stories because I used to always wonder, like, why am I so different? Mommy described how selective I was with who came into my presence and who touched me. I was a baby who buried her face in her godfather's neck to escape from most people. There is where I found comfort, and there is where I stayed until the coast was clear or until I fell asleep. As a child, I vaguely remember similar situations where I closed my eyes, sometimes very tightly, when we had visitors. More so when they say, open your eyes, I'll close it tighter. I think today I do something similar, except it looks like the phone ringing and me looking at it like, why are they calling me? Why are they calling me? Hey, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a bit personal. I want to talk about something that's been a big part of my life, introversion. So for most of my life, I felt like I was different from most. I wasn't sure how to exactly define who I was and what I was. So I just leaned on shy and socially awkward. In fact, it wasn't until early into the pandemic that my therapist suggested that I read the book Quiet, The Power of Introverts in a World That Can't Stop Talking. By Susan Cain. Forgot about that part. The book is by Susan Cain. She didn't say why she wanted me to read it, but looking back, I'm guessing that she made the suggestion because I was so, interested. I had a deep desire to be understood. I wanted to know, why was I this way? And I'll tell you, that book was a game changer for me. Learning my true personality type made me feel like I belong. It didn't make me feel foreign anymore, like an alien. I felt like I had a tribe of people. I had to go find them, but nevertheless, they existed. I wasn't the only one. There was me. There was more of me out there. Knowing this, it made me happy. The road after that, it wasn't easy, but at least now I knew how to navigate the world after lockdown. There were definitely challenges before that and after that. Returning to the office, though, was a challenge because it meant that I had to be around people, some of whom I really didn't care for. But the good thing is, especially looking back, I realized that I needed to do that in order to prepare for this walk. I needed to have that so I can prepare for this journey of self-discovery and self-acceptance. Thankfully, though, I went back at a time when we were only in the office 2 days a week. Thank God. The trains were not crowded, nor was the office, because not everyone was back. So I'm grateful because it allowed me time to ease back into the world as an introvert. The most impactful challenge, though, happened last year. And this happened when I was on someone's live. And they commented about, what is introvert anyway? Very condescending. I took it. And, for me, it was I don't know. The questions were were you traumatized as a youth? Did God tell you that you were this? And I'm like, huh? Hearing that made me feel mad and sad. And I was annoyed. And I looked at the phone really? Because these are people that I like. But in life, things happen for a reason. And I recognize that, what happens is sometimes when people do not understand, me too, when we don't understand something, we label it as being weird. And I felt I don't know, I just felt out of place. I felt in some ways a little bit bullied because I'm realizing now, now that I realized that I was an introvert and I understand a personality type, it's no, you don't understand. And sometimes I just wish that people just take the time to understand, talk to us, get to know us. No small talk though. No small talk. Anyway, everything happens for a reason. And after a series of similar events, I contemplated and I decided that, the bullying had to stop. I didn't want to accept that anymore. And I felt like this was my purpose. I felt like God gave me an armor. He armored me, dagnabbit. And I was ready to walk in my introvert power, and that is what I'm doing. Relationships and networking and even group projects are still, for the most part, somewhat, challenging. It's difficult to navigate the world that is built for normal. And, after recognizing and embracing my introvert, though, I started to see my introversion as a strength. I joined a mentorship group and I found my tribe. I accepted the challenge of becoming uncomfortable in order to become comfortable. That's one of the things that my three mentors, shared with us that needed to happen. So I made a commitment to myself to show up. I got in rooms as uncomfortable as they were, and I ain't gonna lie, it was a struggle. It was a struggle to navigate a room filled with people who I didn't know. But, I had to talk to them. And when I say that my anxiety was on high, it was on high. But guess what? Some of these people are not my business partners. I still have my struggles, but I'm working through them. I think that I've blossomed into a beautiful butterfly. And since last year. And I'm here for this. I'm here for this journey. I learned how to communicate effectively in my own way. I discovered the power of solitude and self-reflection. These allow me to continue to grow into the person that I'm meant to be, into a more confident, sure person. It allowed me to find and be more confident in this loud world. It wasn't, I will say though, it wasn't always easy, but I embraced my quiet confidence. I started to attract people who are truly like-minded. We use that term like-minded, but it wasn't until I joined the mentorship community that I realized that there are like-minded people. And, they appreciate my introverted nature. And, I'm actually now learning how to say no and mean it, because sometimes we say no and we don't mean it. And I'm learning how to say no and standing in that no. Saying no to situations that drain me. I now prioritize activities that are fulfilling to me, because I matter. This journey, though, it is just the beginning. And I am truly, truly, truly happier now that I've accepted myself, my flaws, my quirks, and all. And I'm walking in my introvert power. My message to you, introvert, is be strong, right? Your quiet strength is a superpower. So do not allow anybody to dim your light. Embrace who you are. Find your voice and build a life that works for you. Learn how to say no and learn how to stand in your power. So that's it for me today. In the comments below, please share your stories about your introversion. What are some challenges that you have faced? How do you embrace your quiet confidence? Please share. Also, I'm thanking you for joining me on this journey. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content. I will see you next time, my introvert friends.